Sometimes when we scroll online, we come across some products, okay? It could be a gadget, it could be a shirt or a perfume or anything, right? Then what we do, we click on that product and we go to the website. Then we explore more about the product and then finally we end up buying it. Most of the times it happens with all of us. And I believe it happens with you also, right? So when you take this decision, you buy something, is it a logical decision or is it an emotional one, right? So we need to understand that when we are buying something, so why these two things are important. Like, emotions also play an important role and logic is also definitely important when we are taking a purchase decision, right? So our purchase habits are based on these two things. Some people, their emotional side is very prominent and they don't even evaluate their requirements and they straight away go for buying such products, okay? And there are some people who evaluate everything first and they use a lot of logic and then they take a buying decision. So basically what happens when we are talking about the emotions, I would say that actually most of the people, everybody, they take a bad decision based on the emotions. Logic is, of course, there because when we require something, okay, let me explain it with some examples. Suppose you want to buy a car, okay? So car is used for transportation and that could be your requirement, right? But now if you go for a luxury car, so then that's an emotional decision because you want to purchase a luxury car to satisfy your emotions because it could be a status symbol for you, it could be your dream, it could be your desire, right? But it has nothing to do with the logic. The logic point would say, okay, I'm going to buy this, but is it really going to help me or do I really need it? Is it worth buying it? Or should I invest that much of money? So all these things, when we start evaluating something, then our logical mind starts working. Same thing happens with gold. Okay, now if we are going to purchase a gold jewelry, I would say they are both the logical mind and the emotional mind, they both work together because the emotional mind tells us about buying gold jewelry. Okay, because gold is always a thing which we purchase for the status symbol, maybe as a luxury, right? But the logic is that it's a kind of investment also. It's a long-term investment. Most of the times, when the decisions are for the shorter duration, they are based on emotions. But if the decisions are for long-term, they are purely based on the logic. That's why we say that impulsive buying. Now, when we are talking about the impulsive buying, that means people, they immediately, see some product and they, get excited or they have some kind of fear that, okay, I'll press that product if I don't make a purchase immediately, okay? So that's a kind of a FOMO which gets triggered in their minds and they take an instant decision and they take out their wallet or the cards to make the purchase, right? So those kind of transactions are purely based on emotions. But what should we do? If you think that your purchasing habit is, more based on emotions, what you should do is you should not take an immediate decision to purchase that product. I'm not even saying that don't buy that product. And you should not always purchase something based on your logics because we all are humans and we need to satisfy our desires. We have emotions and we need to take care of the emotions. So it's not absolutely the fact that whatever the data or the investments or the long-term case profitability or the numbers, only those are the factors for a logical decision. Yes, we have to be emotional, but at the same time, if we want to balance both the thing, we have to delay the purchase. We should delay the transaction. Let me give you an example that most of the people they do online shopping. Okay, so they go to any online store where they will scroll multiple products and they would place an order immediately. So instead of placing an order, what you should do is you should put those items in the cart or maybe your watch later on the wish list, so that what will happen? You are not going to place the order immediately. Hold it for some time, let it be there in the cart, and then after that, maybe the next day, you again open your same app and then decide that do you really need it? Maybe you will realize that you no longer need that particular product because at that particular point of time, there would be something else which is your priority, right? So when we buy something, we have to consider the priorities also, right? That is it a priority? Is it an urgency? Or is it just a desire? Now this is about how we purchase. Now as a business owner, we have to understand that it's not only us who are buying products and we follow this kind of pattern. Our customers also follow the same pattern. So what you should do, that if you want to sell something to your customers and you want that they should take a purchase decision, then first focus on the emotions, at the same time apply the logic, show the benefits, show them that it's useful for them. Because some people, their emotional minds plays a bigger role, right? And for some people, their logical mind is more active. So, any of the case, whether the emotional mind is more active or the logical mind is more active, you have to set, right? So you have to first target the emotional mind so that it creates a desire. It's created a feeling, or you touch with the emotions so that the other person is willing to buy something. It's not the need, it's a want. Right? You don't have to create the need, but you have to create a desire, right? So that's something where you have to play a very important role when it's about creating your communication strategy or the marketing strategy. Then after that, you have to show the benefit. So the logical mind also gets satisfied. That is, this decision is definitely right. And I should take this decision. If I buy this product, it is not only going to, satisfy my emotions, but it is also going to be a useful, a productive product for me, and it's a kind of investment. So, when both sides of the human mind are satisfied, obviously your product will get easily sold. So you have to take care of the mind and the heart, both the things. Try this principle in your selling techniques, and then you will see that your sales will grow gradually.